What started out as a passion project for Chef Leah Richmond has turned into a fully realized sit-down restaurant in West Louisville, thanks to a program from One West, a nonprofit working to support commercial growth in the West End neighborhood. Learn more about how the Accelerate program is bringing good business and good food to the West End in Louisville.
Brunch and Soul is the name, and that is exactly what we sell here. Is brunch and soul food. Before I moved into chef space, I was actually driving school buses, and but I always had a passion of cooking. So one just odd day at work, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I just stepped out on faith, and I was there for 3 years, and I had the opportunity to come to this accelerated program. This was just like a next step. I seen that I outgrew that space, and it was just like, okay, now it's time for me to move up, and that's where I'm at now.
We partner with Chef Space here in Louisville, which is just around the corner, and we work with them to have their graduates have an opportunity to come into their first retail experience. And we currently have 2 Chef Space graduates in our different facilities. And what we have done is we've taken 2 old historic buildings actually and turned them into accelerator spaces where small businesses can come and have a residency of 2 years, and we help them if need be with rent, subsidizing that, and then helping them to get wraparound services for professional increase in their businesses, most notably accounting, marketing, things of that nature, HR. Most people know that the West End saw an extraordinary amount of business flight from the area. In fact, in 2017, One West had the Nielsen Group do a study, and during that study, they found that there is basically over $60 million in leakage from the West End, and that's a huge amount of money leaving the area. So part of One West's job is to recruit businesses here, but to also elevate those that exist currently.
We're very family oriented, and we're close with our customers, you know what I'm saying? So some people even just come and just sit down and just talk to us, even if they're not getting food, just because we want to build a community that is a safe space for everyone, and as well as getting good food.
The next step for these businesses that grow out of the accelerator is to help them get their permanent location at some point. And we're hoping to prepare spaces with them or for them so that they can ultimately own sites around the West End and operate long term. So there's a sustainability component to all of this.
Well, I hope that we could recreate, the narrative and bring a better outlook in the community. I want to be able to see Bardstown Road one day up and down the streets, and people just walking freely and feel safe, and that's really the goal.
It's significant because most communities, people can enjoy a place to eat, a sit-down restaurant, and if they don't feel like cooking, if they've been working all day, just to be able to grab a meal or sit down with their families and enjoy a good local environment and local culture and good food. And that's something that we know is imperative to the West End. It is the history of the West End. Some of your greatest restaurants have come out of the West End. And so we want to elevate that and communicate that to folks and remind people that the West End is the best end of Louisville, and it is a great place to come and enjoy the culture.
Brunch and Soul had its soft opening in December, but planned for a full opening celebration in the spring when it's warm enough to enjoy the patio outside.